Hi Reddit, buckle up. This is going to be a long one. I never thought I'd post something like this. I've read the stories, the cheating spouses, the secret second families, the best friend betrayals. But I always thought, well, at least my family would never do anything like that. Spoiler alert, they absolutely would. This is a story about betrayal, revenge, and eventually peace. But it's also a story about waking up from denial, from dysfunction, and from being everyone else's emotional crutch. Let's start from the beginning. My name's Grace. I'm 29 and live in a small market town in North Yorkshire. Think cobbled streets, one Costa, a Morrison's, and every third person knows your nan. I work in healthcare administration. Basically, the behind-the-scenes chaos controller at a local GP practice. Not glamorous, but I'm organised, efficient, and good at smoothing over other people's messes. It suits me. I've always been the sensible one. I was the kid who colour-coded her revision timetable, made flashcards for fun, and paid her own mobile bill by 15. I don't smoke, don't drink much, and I budget every pound. My idea of a good time is baking banana bread, binging old detective dramas, and updating my spreadsheet for savings goals. Boring? Maybe. But stable. And I clung to that stability like a lifeline. Because my family? Absolute chaos. Let's break this down. Mum, 53, never quite emotionally recovered from my dad leaving when I was 8. Spends her time chain smoking, watching soap operas, and reminding me how lucky I am to have a steady job. She's sweet in public and manipulative behind closed doors. Her catchphrase, "You know I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious." Dean, brother number 1, 32, looks like a young Jason Statham, but with the personality of a wet flannel. Dean has had more jobs than hot dinners. He works until someone calls him out, then quits with dramatic flair. Lives with Mum after his 3rd breakup in 5 years, always between opportunities. Kieran, brother number 2, 27, the baby of the family, charming, lazy, and a professional moocher. Somehow always has the newest iPhone despite struggling with rent. He calls me Sis the Bank, like it's a joke, it's not. Aunt Shelley, Mum's older sister, practically raised me while Mum was grieving, dating, distracted. She used to be my anchor, until she sided with them over me more times than I can count. It started small. When I got my first job at 18, receptionist at a dentist, Mum asked for just a tenner to top up her gas. Then Dean needed £40 to fix his car. Then Kieran got fired from his first warehouse gig and needed help with his phone bill. By the time I was 24, I'd bailed them out so many times I stopped keeping track. Until one day, I started. I created a spreadsheet, a literal Excel doc titled Family Loans. I didn't even include cash I gave as gifts or food shopping I paid for when they forgot their wallets. I mean, only the money they promised to pay back. When I stopped counting 2 years ago, the total was £6,743 and 92 pence. That money could have been a used car, or half a house deposit, or a holiday of my own. They never paid back a single penny. Earlier this year, I got serious about changing my life. I wanted to leave my job, move to the city, and maybe even travel a bit. I'd been saving aggressively, cutting costs, taking overtime, skipping nights out. I'd gotten my savings up to just over £3,000, my emergency fund, my nest egg, my future. Then one Monday morning, I got a text from Kieran.
Oi, guess what? We're off to Tenerife tomorrow. Sun, sea and sangria.
I blinked. Surely he didn't mean all of them. Then Mum texted,
"Can you check in on the house while we're away, love? Flight's at 4 p.m. So excited."
I had a pit in my stomach. There was no way they could afford a luxury holiday. Mum was claiming disability, Dean was unemployed, and Kieran had just asked me for £20 the week before. I logged into my bank account. Gone. £3,089.75. All of it. My savings, my future. Then I checked my email. Dozens of booking confirmations I hadn't seen before. They'd used my card details, somehow lifted during a recent help me with groceries moment, to book an all-inclusive trip for 4. Flights, resort, excursions, travel insurance, airport transfer, and even prepaid spending money via a travel card. They stole from me, planned it, hid it, booked it, and didn't even invite me. I called Mum in tears. She answered with wind in the background and laughter behind her. Me, did you use my card to book this holiday? Long pause, then a sigh. Mum,
We knew you'd overreact. We just needed a break, love. You've got money saved. You're always saying we should relax more.
Dean cut in.
It's not like you were using it. You're always saving for stuff that never happens.
Kieran,
You'll get it back. Chill. You're being dramatic.
that's when it clicked. They didn't just steal from me, they justified it. The first thing I did was call my bank and report it as fraud. That kicked off an investigation. But I also knew something important. The bookings were all in my name because they'd used my card. So I called Jet2, explained there was a fraudulent booking. They said the lead passenger, me, could cancel. I said yes. The refund would take days, but the cancellation was immediate. Then I called the resort, cancelled the reservation, the excursions, gone, the travel insurance, void. I didn't do it all at once. I spaced it out over 3 days. They landed to no airport transfer, no resort, no tours, no protection if anything went wrong. Just blistering heat, expensive taxis, and sorry madam, your booking was cancelled. The guilt trip messages rolled in. Mum?
I can't believe you did this. You've embarrassed us. I'm your mother.
Dean.
You're sick. You ruined our family trip.
Kieran.
You've changed. You're cold. We're done.
That last one? Music to my ears. I blocked them all, changed my number, froze my card, then sat on my sofa with tuna, made a cup of tea, and felt something I hadn't felt in years. Peace. 2 months later, I landed a job in Leeds at a private fertility clinic. Double the pay, better hours, actual respect. I moved into a 1-bedroom flat with a balcony and enough space for a reading nook. And then, in the most unexpected twist, I met Sam. He teaches graphic design at a local college. We met at a friend's birthday dinner, ended up talking for hours about fonts, worst job interviews, and what makes a good cup of tea. He's kind, funny, emotionally mature. He once brought me a hot water bottle at 2 a.m. just because I mentioned I had cramps. I told him the whole story on our 3rd date. He laughed in disbelief, then just said, "Well, remind me never to mess with you. If you've ever been used by family, if you've ever said yes when you wanted to scream no, please know this. You are not selfish for setting boundaries. You are not cruel for demanding respect. You are not cold for choosing yourself. Family should love you, not leech off you. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is walk away and lock the door behind you. I'm not bitter. I'm free. Update. Hey again, Reddit. I didn't think I'd be back with an update, but apparently people don't just steal from you and disappear quietly into the sunset. No. They come crawling back with guilt trips and group chats. But let's rewind a bit because things have changed. A lot. And this update is just as much about moving on as it is about closure. Since my last post, things have honestly been amazing. I'm still working at the fertility clinic in Leeds, and I love it. It's the first time in my life I'm not only financially comfortable, but respected in my workplace. I've even been asked to mentor a new admin coming in next month, which makes me feel like a full-grown adult boss lady. My flat? Still cute as ever. I finally got around to decorating properly. Sage green walls, fairy lights, actual plants I've kept alive longer than 2 weeks. Progress. And Sam? Still here, still wonderful. He's been incredibly supportive. Even when I spiralled a bit after a weird dream about Mum showing up at my work, pretending to be sick, which honestly, she probably would do. We're taking it slow, but something about it feels different, safe. Software, no eggshells. I've started therapy too, just 6 sessions in. But it's already helping me unpack the years of guilt and emotional manipulation I didn't even realise I was carrying. But of course, the peace didn't last forever. It started with a voicemail, one of those weird WhatsApp ones that cuts off at 12 seconds.
Gracie, it's Mum. Just call me, please.
I didn't. Then came the texts. Mum.
I'm not mad anymore. Let's talk.
Dean.
You've made your point. Can we move past it now?
Aunt Shelley, who hadn't spoken to me in over a year.
Your mum's heartbroken. Be the bigger person.
That one almost made me laugh, because for 29 years, I was the bigger person. I paid bills, made peace, and swept everything under the rug until I had nothing left but crumbs and anxiety. And now that I've stood up for myself, I'm the selfish one. About 3 weeks ago, I got wind, through a cousin, that Mum was planning a surprise visit to my flat. I don't know how she found out where I lived, maybe through old post, maybe from stalking me online. But I wasn't about to be ambushed, so I did what any recovering people pleaser with anxiety would do. I booked a weekend in York with Sam and let my neighbour take a message if anyone knocked. Now, according to said neighbour, bless you Tina, Mum and Dean showed up at my door with a tin of roses and a handwritten letter. Tina said they looked like guilty teenagers pretending to be saints. She told them I was away and didn't know when I'd be back. They left the tin and the letter. The letter was something.
We've all made mistakes, but at the end of the day, we're family. You're punishing us over a trip. We didn't mean to hurt you. You've always been stronger than us, Grace. You're doing so well now. Let it go.
Read that again, not an apology, not remorse. A backhanded compliment and gaslight casserole. I realised in that moment that they hadn't changed. They weren't sorry. They were just uncomfortable, embarrassed, inconvenienced by my boundaries. They missed the version of me who never said no. The wallet, the therapist, the babysitter, not the actual me. So I didn't reply. I recycled the letter, donated the roses to the receptionist break room, blocked the new numbers they'd tried me on, and then I sat down, lit my favourite candle and wrote a letter of my own. I didn't send it, I didn't need to. It was for me. It said, "Dear Grace, you are not responsible for other people's choices. You are not their safety net, their backup plan, or their emotional sponge. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your peace, even if it makes others uncomfortable." Since then, life has only gotten better. Sam and I adopted a rescue cat. Her name is Peaches, and she's a glorious menace. I'm applying for a leadership training course at work that could lead to a regional admin role next year. I've started baking again. I even joined a book club. Okay, it's just me and 2 colleagues, drinking wine and slating thrillers, but it counts. I've also reconnected with healthy family, my dad's sister in Scotland, my cousin Ava, who left our town for London and never looked back. Turns out, when you stop chasing toxic love, you make space for the good kind. Let me leave you with this. Boundaries don't make you cruel. They make you free. People who truly love you will respect them, even if they don't understand right away. The ones who punish you for saying no were only ever benefiting from your silence. You are not selfish for breaking the cycle. And if your family refuses to grow with you, let them stay small. You're not shrinking anymore. Thank you, Reddit, for helping me find my voice, for every kind comment, DM, or even just a silent nod while listening to my story. You helped me heal.